welcome back to Small Time Critics. My name is Mohammed Hashi, and I'm with
TRIZLUCENT, King of Pop Culture.
the furniture.
Yeah, literally.
And as you can see from the thumbnail and the title of this review, we are doing Presents, directed and written. It's directed by the great Steven Soderbergh, and written by David Koepp. David Koepp, that's how it's pronounced. The screenwriter for his favorite ever film,
Jurassic Park.
Yes. And this is a horror film, apparently, in the perspective of the ghost, and filmed that way as well.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Interesting premise for the film. Presents. For me, I'll start. I enjoyed this film.
Yeah.
This film was 85 minutes. Perfection. Really enjoyed this film start to finish. Had a lot to say about a family dynamic, which we'll get into. It's more of a family drama than a horror film, definitely. And we'll get into that. Really enjoyed this film. Cinematography outstanding. Even though it was in this perspective of a ghost, I thought it would be very limiting in regard to visual scope. But this film was visually stunning, man. And it had a lot to it. And I very much enjoyed it. I have issues, which we'll talk about as we get into spoilers. But generally, really, really enjoyed this film. What about yourself, Driz?
Just to echo, had a good time with it. A really well-constructed movie, like in regards to the story itself, from start to finish.
What do you expect from one of the best screenwriters in the game?
You're never put in a place where you're like, not exactly where is this story going, because obviously you're always gonna get that from watching the film, like what's gonna happen next, that kind of thing. But you're never kind of out of the loop of understanding. You always understand the kind of the message that the movie's trying to give you. My biggest problem is with one of the characters, which I'm sure which we're going to talk about. But actually saying that, another big issue for me was Lucy Liu. I felt like she had nothing to do. That like even when I did see the trailer, I think that's how the trailer starts, with a shot from behind her. Yeah. And then it's her voiceover for the whole trailer. And I just felt like for someone to be obviously as massive as she is, she didn't really have much to do. She didn't really show. I don't think she even got to the heights of emotions that she could have shown as an actress. So that was probably my biggest problem with this film. But the story was so good, man. It was so good. And again, what you said being more just a kind of a story about family, and the dynamic of that, of a broken family. Not when I say not your conventional broken family where it's like mom and dad have separated, but where there's so much more dynamics in the relationships between father-son, mother-daughter, father-daughter, and mother and son, that kind of thing. So it was an interesting film. I didn't expect to be wowed as much as I was. The ghost perspective, I wanted more from the ghost. I just wanted the ghost to do more shit. Yes. You know what I'm saying? I definitely wanted a lot more for that. But again, I can't really fault it in much ways. It's a beautiful film. Yeah,
I echo a lot of those sentiments. Let's get into spoilers, because I think we can kind of get into a real discussion talking about some of the kind of plot points. So obviously, the ghost is in the house and it cannot leave. We see that from the start, that it's kind of basically essentially chained to the house because of something that's happened in the past. And he needs to kind of get over some kind of trauma, so to speak. And this family that come into the house, obviously something's bad happening to one of the members of the family, the daughter. And they've moved away from where they used to live, but not too far away, so they could stay in a specific space.
School district
for the son Tyler, who Lucy Liu's character loves more than the daughter, which is kind of comes out throughout the film, which is interesting. Again, interesting kind of family dynamic.
I wouldn't say loves more. I would just say different type of love.
I would say loves more, bro. That's very clear.
I don't think as a parent you can love one child more than the other.
No, but again, like...
But that's what the film is kind of like making you want to believe. But
that's what I got from it. I'm just telling you what
I'm saying it's like from parent perspective, innit?
Yeah.
I don't think there's ever a time where you're going to be like, I love my son more than I love my daughter. But the relationship that you have with your son is maybe more special than the one that you have with your daughter.
But again, how does that come off from the outside looking in, that you love one more than the other?
Yeah, of course.
And that's kind of the sad thing, because my mom always says like, I love my children equally, but I know for a fact that she loves me more than anyone else. You know
Fair
what I mean?
enough.
I know that, innit? You know what I mean? But she does a good job. She, you know what I mean? She does all the lies and I love you guys equally, all that rubbish. You know the ones. But I thought that Chris's character, Chris Sullivan, the actor who was the dad, who was the standout of the film for me. I thought he acted his socks off. He was so funny. He made great points. He showed different, like I always talk about different modalities of an actor, like go through all the range of emotions kind of thing. I thought he was great. I thought he was a great dad. The way he spoke to his daughter about his own kind of lived-in experience growing up with his mum kind of thing and their relationship, I thought was very, very cool in the film. And he mentioned to her, like, you do know you have 2 kids, right? You know what I mean? He mentions it because, again, she's always thinking about and talking about Tyler in comparison to Clara, I believe. So...
And even the relationship they have with each other.
Yes.
There was a lot of strain going on there. And
because she's in some kind of criminality financially.
And you know what I like? I like the fact that we didn't even have to... You want to know what it is that's happening, what they're doing.
Yes.
But I never felt like, I need to know to make the story better.
Yes.
Because I like the fact that we kind of just... was on that kind of outskirts. And it's so funny because being the fact that this movie is filmed from the perspective of the ghost, where you're always... on the outskirts, you can't actually affect things in any way, like per se. And even with that kind of relationship that the wife and the husband have, it's like we do want to know as an audience, we want to know, but it's like unless she reveals it, we won't know. And much like the ghost, who can't touch people, you can't push them to give you something. You can only wait for them to kind of make the action, then help you. That helps you do what you need to do, that kind of thing. So I like the fact that we never got a reveal. I like the fact that it was on the outskirts of it because it just kind of echoed a bit from what the whole base of the movie is.
Brother, that's such a good point. And I think that's where this film is successful. But let's talk about where the film fell down. And for me, it was certain acting performances. So it was funny, you mentioned to me, and I didn't know this, that the Tyler character, that was the first ever role he ever played. And I thought he was great in comparison to the quote-unquote antagonist of the film, who, let me quickly just pull up his name. I actually have it ready here.
Oh, you got it ready, yeah.
Who is Ryan, played by West Mulholland. I didn't think he was great.
He was awful.
Yes, he kind of played the caricature of like a villain. Like the only thing that was left for him was to just do like a ha ha ha, and I'm an evil laugh essentially.
Bro, I was waiting for when he had the daughter pinned to the bed to start be like, and now my evil plan will come to fruition.
Yes,
I was waiting
because it was ridiculous.
But
he was exposition dumping, which I found a bit cringe. And for someone who is such a great screenwriter in David Koepp, he obviously, I understand he's like in his 60s. Writing kids dialogue isn't going to be the easiest for him. But it just sounded so stilted and so different. I'm thinking, people this age, because obviously we're closer to age to the kids than David Koepp is. Kids don't speak like this, man. You know what I mean? It was very, very strange.
I think that dialogue probably would have worked better for actors that are in maybe like the Lucy Liu's age, that kind of thing. Those kind of age brackets where, and especially acting capability, where the delivery might have been more, you know what I mean, more, I guess, more menacing or more just that tonally would have been a lot more better. But for him to be saying what he was saying, it was like, it just doesn't, I don't think anyone that's like, 20 or 18, 19 would say this kind of crap.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. So that was definitely a big letdown. Again, and I think honestly the budget all went on Lucy Liu anyway. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like. Because I don't think this film was that expensive to make.
No. And so a bit of background for you. Steven Soderbergh, he's obviously an outstanding filmmaker, made some incredible films, Ocean's films, you know what I mean? Traffic, again, loads of he's just an outstanding filmmaker. Robert Che Guevara, he's the best. And what he does now, he streamlined his filmmaking to a point where he will get the stuff he's filmed on the day and edit it in the Uber back to his hotel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And have everything ready, you know what I mean, the next morning for him to watch. So basically, by the time the film's ended, he's already fully edited the film. Yeah. Which is just incredible when you think about it.
Efficiency.
You know what I'm saying? And he's someone who loves film, but will shoot on digital because of the utility of it. You know what I mean? He's the best. He's the best. And again, like, he's a true master. He's done it all. I think he even directed the 2021 Oscar ceremony.
Oh, is it? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
That's
the one that was in the train station that came back from COVID.
Okay, cool.
The one where it was the Nomadland year. He's the one who directed that one. Again, so I've got so many superlatives about him, but for me, the film overall, it works. I felt like obviously some of the dialogue for the kids and Ryan's kind of character didn't really work for me personally. The ending. Let's talk about the ending. Was there something that was satisfying to you?
No, because again, but I think this kind of plays into the fact again what the whole base of what the movie is, the fact that you are just a presence. You're not someone that actually has any effect on the lives of these people.
No agency, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All you can do is kind of essentially try and guide in the right direction.
Yes.
And it's like that fight scene or whatever kind of scene, because obviously we're in spoilers, right?
Yes.
At the end, both the son, who she loves the most, and obviously the Ryan, that the villain of the film, that character
who's drugged everyone.
Yeah, when Tyler wakes up and goes upstairs to see that his sister's kind of like being abused or whatever, he just runs to him straight and knocks him straight out the window. But they run both out the window head first and then fall three flights down.
Yeah,
and it's like, for me, I would have wanted so much more.
You wanted a scuffle. I
wanted a little something. You know what I mean? A little like, what you trying to do to my sister, bro? Like something, a little something.
Yeah.
You get me? Something like that. And you wasn't given any of that. But it was such a like, again, being like a ghost, where it's like you can't do anything because you don't physically have a body. You're just not. You can't even tell them, yo. You know what I'm saying? Even when the ghost was trying to wake Tyler up, you can't touch him.
Oh yeah. Or even when the ghost is trying to show that they're there to, you know what I mean, to Clara, and is it Clara? I just wanted to double check. It is Chloe. Sorry, apologies, Chloe. When the ghost is trying to show Chloe that it's there, as well as when the ghost is trying to wake up Chloe or save them from what Ryan's trying to do. Like for example, when it knocks the drugged up the spiked orange juice of her kind of table. You know what I mean? Her nightstand, sorry.
But it's weird, like I don't remember if that character, you know, when he was bringing the drinks upstairs to her, I don't know if he put the, like, whatever he was spiking the drink, I don't know if he ever looked away, like from the orange juice from the cup. Because if it did, couldn't the ghost just switch them around?
The ghost, that's what I assume the ghost was going to do, because obviously we've seen the ghost move books and stuff like that to show that it can do that. Cool, that's been set up. So I thought immediately that's what's going to happen.
I thought I would have just, okay, wait, within turn around, switch.
Yeah, then he just knocked it off kind of thing, which I found very interesting.
So I again, maybe that was just the whole point of it. That was the premise of it. So if it is, I like films like this where you can kind of, you walk out of it and you have questions.
Because we had a great discussion afterwards, didn't we?
Yeah, you walk out with tops.
Yeah,
you have a,
shout out tops.
Yeah, you have a kind of a mindset where it's like, I love the film, but it's like, why didn't the character do this?
Yeah.
Oh, but why would the character do this? Because the character wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? I like these kind of discussions that you can have after watching a film like this. So for me, it's definitely something that I feel like it's not going to get enough eyeballs on it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Just because some people might find it kind of boring, or some people might.
I don't know how you can find it boring, because there's so much stuff happening throughout the film.
The reason why I say that is because, again, what I said earlier in our last ep about being marketed as a horror. Like if you're gonna market something as a horror movie,
that's a good point.
There needs to be some. I know you always talk about stakes, but in the horror sense, there has to be some sort of thrill. There has to be something like to kind of that kind of thing. Keep someone that's going into the theater for that. Why are they still gonna watch it? You know what I'm saying? What are they gonna get from it? If they're not getting that, sometimes people don't allow themselves to be engrossed by the story.
Yeah.
And I think ultimately that might be detriment to the film. But I think if you can kind of get over that aspect and just realize, just accept what you're watching as the presence does itself, accepts what the situation that it's in, and just enjoy this for what it actually is, it's fantastic.
Yeah. No, that's a really, really good point. And for me, I did like the ending scene where, not the ending scene specifically, but I like the fact that the bookends of the film is the ghost is now free, and because of what's happened, now Tyler's taken the place of the presence once Tyler dies, and then the presence, quote unquote, then leaves the house, and we get that shot of the house from the outside for the first time, and that's how we end the film. So I thought that was cool, and again, it's just top filmmaking from our guy Soderbergh, And for me, like you, bro, really enjoy this film. With the issues that I have with it, it doesn't kind of like ruin the overall kind of experience that I had watching the film and what I think of the film overall, kind of thing. So with that being said, let's get into the STC scores. So what are you thinking, brother?
7.5 for me.
Exact same.
Easy score.
Easy score. Easy score.
Now if there was some blood, maybe I would have gone to like an 8.5.
Yes.
But
if there was like a set piece and the kind of like the way the film ended and Ryan's character was a bit more fleshed out, this would be up there for me.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Because I was vibing with this film. Definitely. You know what I mean?
Until Denver would have stopped talking, but
started singing in the major climactic scene. Ridiculous.
But besides that, no, it was good. It was good. To be fair, I'm due to watch it again.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So it's one that I definitely recommend for people to watch, man. It's something that's gonna. And you know what's funny? It's even though it's marketed as a horror movie, you can still, if you really think about it, it actually is scary. Do you know what I mean? Knowing that there is something there that is essentially trying to protect you from all these kind of obstacles that's happening in your household.
Yeah.
And it's like, it does kind of just make, like, even when I got home myself, I was like, damn, what about all the mistakes I've done in like just walking through the yard? Is there someone that's like looking over me or trying to like say, Tristan, don't touch this one, touch this one?
Listen,
do you know what I'm saying?
That's called Almighty God, my friend.
Don't worry, I don't believe in jinns anyways. If you ain't watching it, you're sleeping.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? All right. So thank you very much, Triz. Appreciate it, bro. That's some great takes you have there, bro, on that one. Guys, please let us know what you think in the comment section down below. Please like, subscribe as well. You know what I mean? Comment, all that good stuff that Mo always says. And yeah, this is a great film and definitely recommend and go watch it and let us know what you think.